All right, welcome. Fargo North and Dickinson, the Consolation semifinals. Alexa Hammer is your first batter, and she'll foul the first pitch away at 11:03 over the first base line over the Spartan dugout, 0-1. Getting a little bit of late start here, but that's okay. We apologize for that. Go around the bases here and through the lineups for the two teams momentarily as Hammer would ground down on a 4-3 to Ali LaFond at second base. That'll bring up Sophie Ochoa. Be fouled up into the backstop for strike one. Ochoa, one of 5 players to hit home runs for the Spartans this year. We'll see Taya Opheim up next, and if we can get that far into the lineup, possibly Ava Kalbrenner as well. Pitch comes up a little bit high for a ball. 1-1 the count now. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. The fall sports schedule is tentatively up. That one's a hit up high, right field, going back all the way to the fence and jumping up. But it went over the glove of the right fielder, Taya Hopoff, and it's good for a double for Ochoa. And that will score nobody. It's just a double for Ochoa.
Next batter, the shortstop, Taya Opheim.
So I'll bring up Taya Opheim. She's the second of 5 who have hit a few home runs this year for the Spartans. Starting pitcher is Matea Mortensen as Opheim fouls that one away. Behind the plate catching is Kennedy Kuntz. We'll go through the lineup in the top half of the second inning. That one's gonna go up high, all the way back, and it is right in front of the fence. Rounding third is Ochoa, and now heading to third is Opheim. I believe that's gonna go into the books as an RBI double as she hesitated around second. Will be nice and put it into our stat book as a triple.
Batter, the pitcher, Ava Kalbrenner.
So it's 1-0 Fargo North. On an RBI double / triple by Taya Opheim. That brings up Ava Kalbrenner now. And a 1-0 lead for Fargo North. If they win this game, they'll play at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. And then the loser of this game, their season will come to an end today. That pitch will come down low for another ball. 3 balls, 2 or 3, I had 2. Maybe I missed a pitch. It is 3, okay. That'll come in as a strike. 3 balls and 1 strike to count now. There's a couple of question marks on the lineup here for Dickinson that we want to get straightened out before we announce who is where. And we'll do that between innings here. Right now it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. There's a swing and a miss from Kalbrenner, and that'll strike out. They'll bring up Alex Agi. So we've seen 3 of the 5 Spartans who have hit home runs this year in this top half of the first inning. Alex Agi's another one of them. That one's going out to right field over the second baseman's head, and that will drop for a single, scoring Taya Opheim from third, and it's 3-0 Fargo, or 2-0 Fargo North.
Next batter, the first baseman, Sam Martin.
Sam Martin will step up to the plate, and if this this style of play continues here from Fargo North, there's a good chance we'll see him tomorrow morning here. Dickinson, not an easy opponent. In fact, these two teams played earlier in the season. We'll tell you more about that in a little bit. It was a doubleheader that was played on 2 different fields. There's your preview. We'll tell you more in a few minutes. Pitch comes up high to the outside for a ball. And the courtesy runner on first is Caitlin Armin, a senior actually. She snuck in there. Okay, I take that back. She is a junior. Caitlin Armand sneaks in as the courtesy runner for Alex Sagi. That one's fouled away there by Sam Martin. Count 2 balls, 2 strikes to Sam Martin. That pitch will come low to the inside for a ball. And now it's a full count to the senior Sam Martin. And that one will be fouled away into the parking lot, and it'll remain 3-2. The Midgets fell to Valley City 10-3 yesterday. If you rewind back to April 26th, they picked up 2 wins over the Spartans in a doubleheader in North Fargo. 10-1 in game number 1, and then it was 1-0 Dickinson in the start of game number 2. Strikeout on Martin. Now end the inning.
For Fargo North in the top of the first.
And then they would move it over to game number 2 to finish that game up. And that would be a game where Dickinson would win. At one point, Fargo North led in that game, but Dickinson won by the final score of 19-8 in that second game of the doubleheader. So that'll wrap it up. The Spartans lead. It's 2-0 here at the end of the top of the first. Now Dickinson's up to bat. Back with your lineups here in just a moment on the ND Sports Channel. All right, so we got everything straightened out now. We apologize for that. So when we have a chance, we'll go around the bases. Kennedy Kuntz here is the leadoff batter for the Dickinson Midgets. She's 8 of 11 on her plate appearances here on the ND Sports Channel, including a home run against Fargo North in game 2 of that doubleheader earlier in the season. That home run went over right center field. Right now, 1 ball, 1 strike to the senior Kennedy Kuntz. That one's going to be hit out into shallow light, and diving forward is Teo Opine to make the grab. So Kuntz will pop out. It didn't quite go into outfield. It just went right shy of where the infield turf meets the outfield turf. And Teo Opine would dive towards third base to make the grab. Nice play there by the senior shortstop. They'll bring up Cameron Kuntz. First pitch comes across for a strike. Ava Kalbrenner is your starting pitcher for the Spartans. They got Alex Hagee behind the plate. Sam Martin at first. Sophie Ochoa at second as the pitch comes low for a ball. Teo Opine at shortstop. Gabby Olick is at third. In the outfield, you have Alexa Hamry in left, Sammy Sanford in right, and Greta Rader in center field. Swing and a miss by Kuntz. 1 ball and 2 strikes as a result. That pitch will float up high and inside for a ball to even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. We'll see Brianna Ashworth on deck, and if we can get that far into the lineup, it'll be Taya Hopoff. Swinging, well, it wasn't a miss. It skimmed off the top edge of the bat there. Goes on the books as a fouled away pitch, and it still remains 2-2. 10 minutes into the ball game now. 8 pitches for Kalbrenner, 5 strikes, 3 balls. Here's the windup in the pitch. That will float up high over the head of Alex Agi for a ball. Nobody on base to take advantage of that. Swing and a miss. Kalbrenner gets the strikeout for out number 2 of the inning. Now bring up the senior, Brianna Ashworth.
Now batting first baseman, Brianna Ashworth.
Brianna Ashworth, 6 of 15 as she fouls that one away. 3 hits to left field, 1 hit to shallow left, a bunch of infield singles, some pop-outs and groundouts. 0-1. That one lined into right field down the first baseline and fair. And shall be good for a single for Brianna Ashworth, and now we'll see the freshman, Taya Hopoff. Taya, I believe she played shortstop as a 8th grader for the Dickinson Midgets. Now she normally plays catcher. Got into a little incident yesterday, and as a result, she's playing out in right field today. She got some staples in her head. There was a collision with another player. They would take her out of the game momentarily, and then she'd come back in and hit a home run. So that means that she's doing just okay, but to be safe, instead of putting her behind the plate, they'll put her out in right field. 1 ball, 1 strike to Hopoff. Taya Hopoff is 10 of 13 on her plate appearances here on the ND Sports Channel, and that includes 3 home runs over the left field fence. That one will be fired off foul down the first base line for a strike, 1-1. Or 1-2, excuse me. And Hopoff's going deep to right. That one is gone. Forget about it. It is a 2-run home run for Taya Hopoff. And it is now a tie game off the bat of the freshman. It's the first time I've seen her go to right this year. Usually those bombs go to left field. But the 2-run homer will tie it up at 2-2. Yeah.
Now batting.
There's a slight breeze that may have pushed that ball to right field. Matea Mortensen, she has a home run on the ND Sports Channel as well. It went to center field. That one comes up high over the head of Agi for ball 1. Matea Mortensen's 5 of 12 on her plate appearances here on the ND Sports Channel. Swing and a miss for a strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike now to Matea Mortensen, the freshman. Fargo North got on the board on 2 runs in the first inning on 3 hits. Dickinson answers right back thanks to the bat of the freshman Taya Hopoff. Sends a 2-run homer over the right field fence. That one catches the edge. Nice pitch there by Kalbrenner. That home run by Hopoff, you knew it was gone before it even left the park. You just had to wait just a little bit to confirm it. The strikeout will end the inning. After 1 inning of play, Fargo North, 2 runs on 3 hits, no Dickinson errors, 1 left on base. Dickinson, 2 runs on 2 hits, no Spartan errors, and nobody left on base. Time of the game, 14 minutes. Back with the top of the second, it's Greta Rader, Sophie Cody, and Gabby Oli batter 7, 8, 9 right after this on the ND Sports Channel. All right, bottom of the first, or check that, top of the second, excuse me. And it's Greta Rader, your leadoff batter here for Fargo North. Takes the first pitch for a strike. Around the bases for the Dickinson Midgets. The second pitch comes in for a ball. Mateo Mortensen, the freshman, is pitching. Kennedy Kuntz, the senior, is behind the plate catching around the bases here after the 1-1 pitch. Down low for a ball, 2-1. The senior, Brianna Ashworth, is at first. The junior, Allie LaFond, is at second. The freshman, Callie Kubis, is your shortstop for the Midgets. And then at third for Dickinson is Cameron Kuntz, the senior. In the outfield here after the 2-1, which is grounded foul right into the hands of assistant coach Tim Howe for the Fargo North Spartans. 2 balls and 2 strikes. In the outfield, you got Reese Houck, the freshman in left, Emmy Persone, the junior in center field, and then in right, normally your catcher, but after an incident yesterday with a collision with another player, just to be safe, they'll put Taya Hopoff in right field as the freshman.
Now batting the designated players, Sophie Cody.
That'll bring up Sophie Cody. Pitch comes across as a strike. Cody is the reason the Spartans are in the state tournament. She hit a walk-off home run to the left field fence to end the game against Grand Forks Red River via the 10-run rule in 6 innings. 5 innings? 6? I forgot. I'll have to double check that. Swing and a miss there, and the first 2 pitches from Mortensen to Cody are in for strikes. And that one will float over the outside corner for strike 3. Got her looking. That's 2 away, and that brings up Gabby Olick, the third baseman, junior for the Spartans this year.
Now batting third baseman, Gabby Olick.
She'll face pitch number 30 from Mateo Mortensen. I want to say thanks to some of the Fargo North parents for bringing me some beverages and refreshments. Certainly appreciate that. And even if the Dickinson parents didn't bring me a beverage, we still wish them the best of luck in this game. We are a neutral broadcasting station. We're excited for both teams. That's how we stay neutral. We cheer for both teams. That pitch comes across as a strike to Gabby Olick. The first one was a ball, and it's 1-1 as a result. Here's the 1-1 from Mortensen. That'll be grounded foul down the third base line for an unofficial strike. Actually, it'll be an official strike, 1-2. 32 pitches from Taya Mortensen. 22 of them have been strikes. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The count to Gabby Olick. Swing and a miss. She went early on that one, floated to the outside. And Gabby Olick probably wishes she'd have another chance at that one, but she won't get the other chance. Instead, there'll be another chance for Dickinson to come up to bat. 2-2. All 4 runs scored in the first inning, and now we go to the bottom of the second. Emmy Persone, Reese Houck, and Taylor Nelson. Your batters, Emmy Persone will face pitch 21 from Ava Kalbrenner. And we'll see what that pitch will be when we come back after this on the Andy Sports Channel. All right, welcome back. Bottom of the second, Persone will bunt it. Kalbrenner picks it up, fires it over to Martin. Got it there in time. 1-3 on the ground out if you're scoring at home. And that'll bring up Reese Houck.
Next batter, the left fielder, Reese Houck.
Persona Jr., and now we'll see the freshman Reese Houck, and then we'll go back a couple grades up to Taylor Nelson, the junior, who's on deck. Pitch will float over the plate, cross it, then drop for a strike. That one will float up high, and they'll even up the count at a ball and a strike. And that'll be grounded foul down the third base line. If you're just joining us, Kennedy Kuntz flied out to Teo Opine for out one. Cameron Kuntz struck out swinging for out number 2. Then Brianna Ashworth got on with a single, and Taya Hopoff got her home with a 2-run homer over the right field fence. And then Mattea Mortensen struck out. And then Emmy Persson grounded out on the 1-3 here, just on the last batter. And that brings you up to date on what has happened so far in the game here for Dickinson. Popped up high. Will it drift foul? It will, and the catch will not be made by Sammy Sanford out in right field, but it was foul, dropped for a strike. So 2 balls and 2 strikes, excuse me. I'll admit, I blinked on that one. I thought it was going straight out, and then it curved back foul. The post and the backstop there was partially blocking my view of the flight path on that ball there. All of a sudden, it was coming right at me, and if it wasn't for that post and the chain link fence, it would have been either in my equipment or in my hand. Houck will ground out to Opine and fires it over to Martin for the 6-3.
Batter, the designated player, Taylor Nelson.
That brings up Taylor Nelson. Nelson 3 for 4. Reach base on an error, and then a hit to right field, a hit to center field, and also an infield single on her plate appearances here on the Andy Sports Channel. First pitch is a swing and a miss for a strike 1. If Nelson get on, we'll see Allie LaFond next. That one's fouled away down the third base line towards the Dickinson dugout for another strike, and it's 0-2. 2 away here. Kalbrenner on the mound. Once again around the bases. Sam Martin at first. Sophie Ochoa at second. Teo Opine, the shortstop. Gabby Olick at third. Alex Age behind the plate. Kalbrenner pitching outfield here after the 0-2 pitch. And I'll come in for a ball. We got escaped off the edge of the glove of Alex Age. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Alexa Hamley and last Sammy Sanford in right. Greta Rader in center field. Once again, the fall sports schedule is tentatively on our website. Check out who's playing when. Football, soccer, volleyball. Well, some summer broadcasts too, but not exactly sure what's going on there just yet. We need to make some phone calls. That one just barely goes over a leaping Opine into left center field. And that'd be good for at least a double. Here comes the throw, and it's into Opine, and that will force Nelson to put on the brakes at second, but it's good for a double into deep left field. Opine, if she would be about an inch taller, she may have been able to jump up and snag that out of the air, but it was just high enough to sneak over the outstretched glove of the shortstop Teo Opine to go out into left center field. That'll bring up Allie LaFond, the junior. Couple of hits to right field, 1 to center field, about 4 hits to left field, a few infield hits, 3 or 4 pop outs, and a couple ground outs on her plate appearances here on the Andy Sports Channel. First pitch was a ball, second pitch swing and a miss, and the count is 1-1 as a result. 32 pitches for Ava Kalbrenner, 22 strikes and 10 balls here. So far, started out much stronger in this game than she did in the game yesterday against the Bismarck High Demons. A game in which the Fargo North Spartans actually had a 2-1 lead, but then Bismarck High took control a couple innings later. I believe it was the bottom of the 4th where they got 4 or 5 runs, and they would hang on and to retake the lead and then go on to win 10-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 pitch inside. Oh, I guess it was 3 balls. Even the scoreboard, it was off by a pitch. And we were off by a pitch as well. So, LaFond walks to first on a 3 balls, 2 strikes count. And that'll bring up Kennedy Kuntz, the senior. 0 for 1, a fly out to Teo Opine, her last time at the plate. And that wasn't just a simple pop out either. Opheim had to work to make that catch, and she made the catch, diving towards third base. Excellent play by the shortstop for Fargo North there. That was an excellent pitch for the pitcher for Fargo North, Ava Kalbrenner. She snuck it over the inside edge for a strike, 0-1 with 2 away now. Here's the windup in the 0-1 delivery. Swing and a miss. It came to the outside, floated down, and just missed making contact with the bat there, Kennedy Kuntz. 0-2 as a result. And the 0-2 windup. Swing and a miss. Kalbrenner got another strikeout. That'll end the inning. We'll head to the top of the third, still tied at 2. Fargo North and Dickinson, 2 runs apiece in the first inning. Neither team scores in the second. It remains 2-2. Both teams have 2 runs. Both teams have 3 hits. Both teams have no errors. Fargo North has left 1 on base. Dickinson has left 2 on base. Time of the game, 26 minutes. We'll see Alexa Hamry, Sophie Ochoa, and Taya Opheim. It's the top of the order for Fargo North. And Mateo Mortensen will toss pitch 34 when we return after this here on the ND Sports Channel. Be back in a moment. Welcome back. Top of the third inning, still knotted up at 2 apiece here between the Midgets and the Spartans. First pitch to Alexa Hamry comes in for a strike, and the second one will be batted into the turf foul. That makes the count 0-2 to Alexa Hamry. She's 0 for 1 with a ground out. She grounded out on a 4-3 to the second baseman, Allie LaFawn, last time she was at the plate. Here's the 0-2, fouled back into the cage. It will remain 0-2. Quarterfinal round action yesterday. Bismarck Century defeated Cheyenne 11-1. West Fargo defeated Minot. I forgot to write down the final score, but I'll get it to you. And then Bismarck High defeated Fargo North 10-2, and Valley City defeated Dickinson 10-3. And apparently I forgot to bring a pen too. It was 12-2 West Fargo over Minot yesterday. The West Fargo Minot game and the Bismarck High Fargo North game are available for a 24/7 replay if you want to listen to that one again if you missed it. Sophie Ochoa is the batter now. She doubled out into right center field. It was an RBI double to score the first run of the game. One ball, no strikes, I believe. Or was it 1-1? We'll get an official. It's 1-1 now if it wasn't 1-1 before. As that one's fouled away into the cage. See if the umpire gives us a hand signal here. That pitch will go into the dirt for a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike, or 2 balls and 2 strikes. That's your count. And that'll be grounded foul down the third base line, and now there's absolutely no question. It is 2-2. Once again, the batter, Sophie Ochoa, on with an RBI double her last time at the plate. Scored the first run of the game. That will be chopped into the turf, foul towards over the first base line. Just rolls to the right side of the batter's box there. They'll remain 2-2 as a result. Ooh, that one hit Ochoa in the helmet. Hopefully she's okay. She'll walk up to first. They will check up on her as head coach Ariel Jones, as well as the first base umpire.
Next batter, the shortstop, Taya Opine.
And now Taya Opine will step up to the plate. RBI triple for Opine into deep left center last time when she was up at the plate. That pitch will float down outside for a strike over the edge of the plate. Nice job there by Taya Mortensen. 2-2 is what I meant to say. Top of the third. Opine lines it fair, just past the third baseman, and that'll roll all the way to the fence. They're going to send Ochoa from first. Here comes the throw. It's into the shortstop, but she did not make the throw home, and it's an RBI double for Taya Opine to give Fargo North the lead.
Next batter, the pitcher, Ava Kalbrenner.
Kalbrenner struck out last time she was at the plate. So 2 runs in the first, no runs in the second, now 1 run so far here in the third. That pitch went over the outside edge for a strike. Another great pitch there by Mattea Mortensen. She has 47 pitches in so far. 34 of them have been strikes. Make that a ball on the next pitch there, and the 14 balls and 34 strikes on 48 pitches. 32 minutes into the ball game, and the 1-1 delivery off the glove. That'll drop down, and Taya Opine in on a head-first slide to third, and she's safe. That'll go into the books as a stolen base as the pitch came off Kennedy Kuntz's glove to the right side. Kuntz was able to stay behind the ball, pick it up, and make the toss over to third, but not in time. 2-1. One away, runner on third, and 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Got it over the outside edge. Kalbrenner suffers the same fate that she's delivered to a couple of the midget batters in the first couple innings so far. That's 50 pitches now for Mortensen. 36 strikes, 14 balls. Alex Agee with an RBI single last time that scored Opine. This one will be an RBI. No, it will not. There's 2 outs, so that will be a ground out to end the inning, and Opine will be stranded on third.
1 run on 1 hit, 1 left after 2.5. Fargo North leads Dickinson 3-2.
There you go. You may have heard the score in the background there, 3-2. And coming up next for the Midgets, batters 2, 3, and 4. Cameron Kuntz, Brianna Ashworth, Taya Hopoff. Ava Kalbrenner will toss pitch 40 when we return after this. The bottom of the third is next on the NMD Sports Channel. All right, welcome back. Bottom of the third inning here. Cameron Kuntz will be the first batter. Ava Kalbrenner in the game against Bismarck yesterday tossed 99 pitches. 69 of them were strikes. Right now, she's at pitch 40, so she's about halfway there to the mark she had yesterday. And that'll be bunt, and a beautiful bunt that drops right in front of home plate. And she would run out the throw. Gabby Olick had to hustle up to pick that one up. And by the time she got to the ball, Cameron Kuntz was already 75% of the way down the first base line. So a bunt single for Cameron Kuntz. By the way, Dickinson fans, I have a whole stash of batteries here just in case the microphone goes out like it did in the last game when we had to switch fields and I left the batteries in the press box of the other field. So batteries are in the press box today, right to my right, in case that happens. I want to give a shout out to Tom. Just sent us a message here, listening on the game today. Thanks for listening. Looks like we'll have a runner go in at second here for.
Running at second, Paige Balliet.
Sophomore, Paige Balliet. Brianna Ashworth, the batter. No balls and 2 strikes. I'll check that. Last pitch was a ball. I thought I heard strike through the crowd mic. That was my bad. 1 ball, 1 strike. Once again, Paige Balliet, the courtesy runner on second. And now she advances over to third. I looked down for 2 seconds and she advanced over to third. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. I'll be fouled back into the cage here. I want to be popped up, foul territory right in front of the Fargo North dugout. My view is partially blocked from the dugout, but I'm guessing it hopped out of play. That pitch will float up high to the outside for a ball. So once again, 2 balls, 2 strikes on 45 pitches, 30 strikes, 15 balls for Kalbrenner. 2-2 to the 1-for-1 for a single, Brianna Ashworth. And now will be a 1-hopper. Right back to Kalbrenner. Looks at third to hold Balliet at the bag and then turns around, fires it at Martin for the 1-3 ground out. Nice play there by the sophomore pitcher.
Now batting the right fielder, Taya Hoppa.
Taya Hoppa tied the game up last time she was at the plate by rocketing one over the right field fence. It was a 2-run homer. If she can do that again, the Midgets will take the lead. In for a strike. Nice pitch there by Ava Kalbrenner. 1-1, or 0-1, excuse me. A few seconds shy of the 40-minute mark of the ball game so far in the bottom of the third. Hop off will foul that one up and over the backstop and over the roof of the press box. 0-2 as a result. 2 pitches shy of 50 for Kalbrenner. Paige Balliet, the runner on third. She's a sophomore for the Midgets. Hop off's going to try and bat her in. 0-2, up high for a ball. That one will come over and Hop off will strike out looking. The pitch appeared to come inside, then it appeared to floated, kind of curved into the middle, and then it curved over the outside edge of the plate. That's a pitch I wouldn't have swung at either. I can't blame Hop off for not swinging at that pitch. Went over the edge for a strike. And now the first pitch here to Matea Mortensen's in for ball 1. She's 0 for 1, struck out swinging last time she was at the plate. This one's going out into right field. It's a deep shot, and it'll land right in front of the fence. That will score Paige Ballier from third on an RBI double by Mortensen out into right center field. And the game is tied once again at 3-3 on the RBI double by Mattea Mortensen.
Now batting, center fielder Emmy Person.
Person grounded out on a 1-3 right back to Kalbrenner, the pitcher, last time she was at the plate. That pitch comes in for strike one. Got her looking on that one. 0-1 the count. Once again, behind the plate, catching is Alex Agee. Sam Martin at first, Sophia Cho at second, Taya Opine the shortstop, Gabby Olick at third. Swing and a miss for strike two for the junior Emmy Person. In the outfield, Alexa Hamry in left, Sammy Sanford in right, Greta Rader in center field. And the 0-2 from Kalbrenner will float up high. It'll go over the glove of Alex Agee, pushing Mattea Mortensen up to third on the pass ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Emmy Person. It looked like a rise ball pitch that went a little bit, that rised up too high. And that one's going to be sent down to left center field, and it's a 2-run shot over the left center field fence. Emmy Person with the 2-run homer as the Midgets will empty the dugout to greet Emmy Person as she crosses the plate with high fives and hugs. (5-3) Dickinson off the 2-run homer by Emmy Person, and now that'll bring up Reese Houck.
Next batter, the left fielder, Reese Houck.
Here's the first pitch. Houck will pop that one up foul over the roof of the press box. She grounded out on a 6-3 her last time at the plate. 0-1 the count. Swing and a miss for a strike. 0-2 now to Reese Houck. 2 away, no runners on after the 2-run homer by Person. And pitch 59 coming up here for Kalbrenner. That one's popped up, fouled away. Nobody can make a play on it. 0-2. Comes on the inside edge, caught Reese Houck looking, and that ends the inning on the strikeout looking. We'll see 3 seniors for the Spartans coming up here in batters 6, 7, and 8. It's Sam Martin, Greta Rader, and Sophie Cody. Mattea Mortensen will toss pitch 52 and return after this here on the Andy Sports Channel. All right, welcome back here as we go to the top of the 4th through 3 innings of play. Fargo North 3 runs on 4 hits, no midget errors, and 2 left on base. Dickinson 5 runs on 6 hits, No North errors and 2 left on base. Time of the game, 46 minutes. 2 home runs, one from Taya Hopoff and one from Emmy Persone. And speaking of Taya Hopoff, they're moving her a little bit closer to her original position. She'll bounce over to third base, and that will send Paige Ballier, who came in for Cameron Kuntz in the batting lineup in the bottom of the third, taking over the third base spot unofficially, but never gets to play third base, as she'll be pushed out into right field. So just to refresh your memory now, Paige Ballier out in right field, Emmy Persone in center, and Reese Hauken left. Around the bases, Brianna Ashworth at first, Allie LaFont at second, Callie Kubis the shortstop, Taya Hopoff now at third, Kennedy Kuntz behind the plate catching, and Matea Mortensen about to throw pitch 52, and that one's going to be grounded over to the third baseman, and Hopoff will fire it over to Ashworth for the out on the 5-3. Hopoff starting out strong here on her first play at third base.
Now batting the center fielder.
In this game, just to clarify. Greta Rader, the senior, will step up to the plate now. Swing and a miss, strike one. She struck out swinging last time she was up. 47 minutes into the ball game here. 53 pitches for Matea Mortensen. 39 of them have been strikes. 54 pitches now, and 15 of them have been balls. That'll be grounded. That will get by a diving hop off from third and sneak its way into left field. Good for a single for Greta Rader. Sophie Cody steps up to the plate now.
Designated player, Sophie Cody.
0 for 1. Struck out looking last time she was at the plate. The Spartans, most of them wearing their jackets here. It is a little bit chilly this morning. Pitch comes across for a strike. Back-to-back strikes now. 54 degrees right now here in South Minot. 0-2. That pitch will come down low and taken off for second, but then changing her mind and backtracking. It was Greta Rader. And the 1-2 is going to drop and roll foul. It dropped right in front of the first base line and then eventually rolled over the first base line. Fouled away for an unofficial strike. It'll remain 1-2. Greta Rader the runner on first. One away. The batter Sophie Cody. And pitch 60 is going to be grounded towards Allie LaFont. LaFont will pick it up, fired over to first. Raiders safe on second, and that's one away on the 4-3 ground out on Cody.
Next batter, the third baseman, Gabby Olick.
So Olick, Gabby Olick, the junior, 0 for 1, struck out swinging last time at the plate for the Spartans. On 60 pitches for Mortensen, 44 strikes and 16 balls. And pitch 61 to Gabby Olick is a grounder chopper foul that deflects off the glove of Hopoff over the fence into the crowd. Five Spartans have hit home runs, and Gabby Olick would like to put her name on the list, and she's come centimeters shy of doing that on multiple occasions this year. See if she can finally get one out of here before the end of this game and add her name to the list of home run hitters for the Spartans. I heard someone in the background say that was a horrible call. I'm not sure what vantage point that individual has, but it looked like a strike to me when the pitch came across the plate. So now it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. And that one, wow, what a catch by Ashworth at first. Didn't have much time to say anything on that. It was a lightning bolt off the bat of Gabby Olick right into the glove of Brianna Ashworth. Jumped up off the first base bag, stretched out and made the grab as the ball was about to go foul, and that will end the inning and Strand Greterator on second. Nice play there by Brianna Ashworth at first. And that will send us now to the bottom half of the fourth. Dickinson still leads 5-3. And we'll see batters 8, 9, and 1. Taylor Nelson, Ali LaFawn, and Kennedy Kuntz, the scheduled batters when we return after this here on the Andy Sports Channel. All right, welcome back. Bottom of the fourth inning and a switch here for the Spartans. There'll be a straight flop between pitcher and third. Ava Kalbrenner will move to third, and Gabby Olick will be your new pitcher here for Fargo North. Kalbrenner's day came to an end with 60 pitches, 42 strikes, and 18 balls, and now we'll see Gabby Olick try and save this one and win it for the Spartans. Right now they trail 5-3 in the bottom of the fourth. That pitch is fouled away for a strike. Taylor Nelson 1 for 1 with a double to left center last time at the plate. Now she's down on the count 0-1. So Olick with her second pitch, the 0-1 delivery. That's sent out into left field, and making the grab is Alexa Hamry on the run, and a nice catch there by the junior left fielder for the Fargo North Spartans. That ball may have gone foul, but we will never know as Alexa Hamry made the catch. That one's going to be popped up into the backstop here by Ali LaFawn, the junior, who's 0 for 0, was walked last time she stepped up to the plate. And now an 0-1 count on the fouled away pitch, and Gabby Olick 3 strikes on 3 pitches. That one will be strike 4, but it will go to right field, and Sammy Sanford will make the catch. Once again, a strike is anything that's not a ball. Base hit, home run, fouled away pitch, swing and a miss. All goes in the stat book as a strike thrown by the pitcher.
The catcher, Kennedy Kuntz.
Kennedy Kuntz, the senior, 0 for 2, fly out, struck out swinging in that order on her 2 plate appearances. The first one was a nice play by Taya Opheim, and Opheim nearly made another nice play. This time she dived towards second base to try and make the grab, and on the dive, the ball would deflect off her glove out into center field. That goes into the books as a base hit, and that will put her, Kennedy Kuntz, on first, and that'll bring up Paige Balliet.
The right fielder, Paige Balliet.
Balliet, excuse me. It's either Balliet or Balliet. We'll try and get confirmation here after the inning, so one of the two. That one will go foul. It'll roll foul. I believe the count's 0-2, and it is. At least that's what the scoreboard matches up with my scoreboard, so we'll go with that. That one will be hit, and Opheim will redeem herself and make the grab on the pop-out. We'll see Alexa Hamry, Sophie Ochoa, and Taya Opheim. Matea Mortensen will toss pitch 65. When we return after this, the Midgets 5, the Spartans 3 on the ND Sports Channel on the Magnitude Sports Multimedia Network.
Okay, so folks, that was an illegal pitch. It goes as a ball. So we're back to the batter to Dalia.
Okay, so we're still in the bottom of the fourth. And now we're in the top of the fifth. It was an illegal pitch, which reversed the out. It went in as a ball to make it a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Now the swing and the miss by Daliette. And now we'll go to the bottom of the top of the fifth. So we'll take another break. We'll be right back after this on the Indy Sports Channel. All right, welcome back. Alexa Hamry will drop the bunt right in front of home plate, and the throw will get away from the first baseman, and she will be safe on first. Excellent, excellent bunt by Alexa Hamry. That brings up Sophie Ochoa.
The second baseman, Sophie Ochoa.
And Ochoa thinks it's warm enough now to take off her jacket. So I don't know if I agree with her or not, but we'll go with it. She is playing, moving around, so the blood's probably circulating, keeping her warm, and I'm not really moving around too much, so the jacket applies. Stolen base by Hamry on the ball thrown to Ochoa. Oh, I guess it was a strike. Oh. Now there's a ball on the board. 1-1. 67 pitches from Matea Mortensen so far. 49 of them have been strikes. Here's the 1-1. Did it catch the edge? No, it did not. 2-1. Ochoa with a RBI double to right field to score the first run of the game. And then she was hit by a pitch that came and snagged her right on the right side of the helmet. That pitch will go low for a ball. We've hit the 1 hour mark of the ball game now. First pitch was at 11:03. It's now 12:03. And the next pitch from Mortensen will be pitch number 70. And here it comes, the 2-1. Off the glove, and Hamry will take off for third. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Sophie Ochoa. And the windup and the payoff pitch in the middle for a strike. Ochoa was not expecting that one to be a strike.
Next batter, the shortstop.
Now bring up Taya Opheim, 2 for 2 with a triple and a double. Needs a single and a home run for the cycle. The runner on, that one's going left center field, and it is going to drop. The wind took that one and held it inside the park. That will score Alexa Hamry on a head-first slide at second on an RBI double for Taya Opheim.
batter, the third baseman, Ava Kalbrenner.
So it's 5-4 now as Ava Kalbrenner's 0 for 2. Struck out swinging and struck out looking her 2 plate appearances. That pitch will bounce off the turf for ball 1. State soccer's kicking off right about now. First game was scheduled for 12 noon. If you get any scores from state soccer, we'll pass those along to you. We'll also keep you up to date on any state baseball scores that come our way. 2 balls, no strikes. A swing and a miss for Kalbrenner makes it 2 balls and 1 strikes, and that's officially 75 pitches for Matea Mortensen. 53 of them have been strikes. The other 22 balls, 1 hour and 2 minutes into the ball game, and now it's a 2-2 count to Kalbrenner. First 2 pitches are balls. The second 2 pitches were a swing and a miss and a strike looking. And the 2-2 swung on and fouled away down the first base line, out of play. It'll remain 2-2. On deck is Alex Agee with 1 away, and the runner on second is Taya Opheim. And the 2-2 from Mortensen. Grounded, 1 hopper into the glove of Hopoff at third. She'll fire it over to first, and Ashworth thought about throwing it back to Hopoff, but did not make the throw. So Kalbrenner will ground out, advancing Opheim to third on the 5-3.
Now batting the catcher, Alex Agee.
And that brings up Alex Agee, who batted in Opheim on her first at bat, and then grounded out on a 6-3 her last time at the plate. And now she'll foul this one away for strike 1. So it's 5-4. If they can get Opheim in, we'll be tied at 5. And here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Alex Agee hit a home run the last time they played a team with an orange uniform, and that was the Moorhead Spuds. She's not hit a home run since then. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That'll be grounded foul right to Sam Martin, who's on deck for the Spartans. Fouled away pitch, a strike, a ball, and a fouled away pitch, and an RBI single in the left field. And we're tied at 5-5. That one snuck right in between Hopoff and Kubis and just barely rolled into left field. Good enough to score Opheim to tie the game up at 5, and now it brings up the senior Sam Martin.
Courtesy runner, Caitlin Armand at first base. Now batting first baseman, Sam Martin.
So the junior Caitlin Armand will come in and pitch. She's a senior now, I guess. You could look at it that way. All these players have advanced to the next grade after the school year has come to an end. That first pitch will go into the dirt. Taking off for second is Caitlin Armand. Head first slide, and she is safe. So 1 ball, no strikes to Sam Martin now. Runner on second, Caitlin Armand. Swing of the bat here, base hit, could give the Spartans the lead again. They have not led since it was 2-0 Fargo North in the first inning. That pitch was hit down the first base line, and it eventually rolled foul for a strike. Took a while though. Matter of fact, Armand had made it all the way over to third, and now she has to backtrack all the way to second. 1-1 the count officially now to Sam Martin, who's 0 for 2. Strikeout swinging and a ground out. Pitch comes up high for a ball, 2-1. And that'll float outside, and it just missed. Might be questionable, but we'll go with the ball. 3-1. Looked like it floated over the edge of the plate for me, but maybe it didn't. No question about that one. That was a swing and a miss for a strike right down the middle. Even if she wouldn't have swung, it would have been a strike. And that makes it a full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And Martin goes down window shopping to end the inning. They'll strand a runner on base.
For Fargo North to the top of the fifth, they scored 2 runs on 3 hits.
We're tied at 5 here between the Spartans and the Midgets going into the bottom of the 5th. Update from state baseball after 2.5 innings. Williston leads Fargo North 1-0. We'll keep you updated on that one. And looks like here Bismarck now leads Jamestown 1-0 in state soccer. So we'll keep you updated on those scores as they come into us here. And we'll head to the bottom of the 5th next here on the ND Sports Channel on the Magnitude Sports Multimedia Network. All right, welcome back. Bottom of the 5th, Brianna Ashworth. A single and a ground out. Single to right field. The ground out was to the then pitcher, Ava Kalbrenner, on a 1-3. First pitch comes across for a strike from Gabby Olick. 0-1 to Brianna Ashworth, who made a fantastic catch at first base in the top of the 4th, which, if I remember correctly, ended the inning. That one's going to be popped up and fouled over the backstop. 0-2 now to Ashworth. Once again, scores from state baseball and state soccer. We'll share as many of them as we can on the air here during our broadcast, as well as on our Twitter feed at ND Sports CH1. Pop up, and Teo Opheim will come in right behind the pitcher's circle to make the grab.
Next batter, the third baseman, Taya Hoppa.
So I'll go into the books as a pop out to the shortstop. And Taya Hopoff, 1 for 2. Hit a 2-run homer over the right field fence her first time at the plate, and then she struck out window shopping last time she was at the plate. So she's 1 for 2 as a result. As Alex Agee has a trot up to the pitching circle here to have a conversation with Gabby Olick, as I'm sure they're discussing how they want to make sure that Hopoff doesn't hit another home run. That probably was part of that discussion. They're going to intentionally walk Taya Hopoff. Fargo North known for intentional walks. In the quarterfinals of the EDC, they intentionally walked Gabby Nelson of Fargo Shanley on her first 3 trips to the plate, and on her 4th trip to the plate, Gabby Nelson would smash a home run over the center field fence. So they intentionally walked for a very good reason, and that was a very good reason there. Another deflection off a diving Taya Opheim. This one goes into left field off her glove. And once again, it's not an error. It's a hit.
Now batting the center fielder, Emmy Persaud.
That'll advance Hopoff up to second on the single there by Mateo Mortensen. And that brings up Emmy Persaud, who hit a home run. Olick winds up, now showing bunt. Bunt down the first base line, and it rolled foul. Strike 1. Persaud 1 for 2. Grounded out to the then pitcher Ava Kalbrenner on a 1-3. And then smacked a home run over the left center field fence. And the 0-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Second pitch missed on the inside of the plate for a ball. And now that's a bunt pop-up and knee sliding catch. And then the throw back to first for the double play, and that'll end the inning. So Person popped it up on the bunt. Alex Agee on a knee sliding catch for the out, and then fires it up to Sam Martin to get Mateo Mortensen out, who took off, heading off for second. So that'll be a double play to end the inning and remain tied at 5 going to the top of the 6th. Back in a moment here on the ND Sports Channel on the Magnitude Sports Multimedia Network. All right, welcome back. Greta Rader will lead things off in the top of the 6th, and she'll fire it foul down the first base line and out of play. Rader 1 for 2, struck out swinging her first at bat and then singled to left field. Her most recent trip. And now this one's going to be a single out into center field. A nice hit there by Greta Rader that snuck to the right side of the shortstop, Callie Kubis, and then Emmy Person would scoop it up in mid-center field. And Rader's on with a single. They'll bring up Sophie Cody, 0 for 2, struck out looking, and a ground out to the second baseman, Allie LaFine. This time she's showing bunt, pulls the bunt back, and Greta Rader takes off for the steal on second. Sophie Cody, the batter. Inside for a strike. That'll be foul. It was going to left field, and it was right on the line, and it dropped on the left side of the line. Nice hit. She would have waited a 1/10 of a second. It would have been fair in left field. Both teams have 5 runs. Both teams have no errors. Both teams have left 4 on base. Fargo North has 1 extra hit. 9-8 in the hit category, and that's a strikeout for Sophie Cody. Goes into the books as a strikeout swinging. That brings up the junior Gabby Olick, 0 for 2, struck out swinging the first time. And a line drive to Brianna Ashworth on an outstanding catch by the senior first baseman for the Midgets, her last time at the plate. That first pitch will just barely miss for a ball, 1-0 to Gabby Olick. 1 hour and 16 minutes, time of the game so far here. We're knotted up at 5 in the top of the 6th. Line drive right over to hop off at third. So she line drive to first, and now she line drives to third. On back-to-back plate appearances for out and out. Rader remains on second. We'll see if Lexa Hamry can give the Spartans the lead here on a base hit. Pitch 97 coming up from Matea Mortensen here as soon as Hamry will step in back into the batter's box. And now Mortensen will get the okay to toss the pitch, and she will. And that'll be a high bouncer, two-hopper into the glove of LaFawn, fires it over to second for the out. So Hammer ground out, they'll strand Raider on base.
Runs on one hit, we move to the bottom of the sixth inning. All tied up at 5.
We'll see Reese Hauk, Taylor Nelson, and Allie LaFawn, the bottom of the order batter, 7, 8, 9 for the Midgets. And Reese Hauk will face pitch 17 from Gabby Olick when we return after this.
The bottom of the sixth inning, the left fielder, Reese Hauk.
Reese Hauk will start things off here in the bottom of the sixth for the Midgets. And the first pitch will be a little low for a ball. Second pitch comes in for a strike. Looked low, but we'll go in for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count now. And the 1-1 pitch. Swung on, and 1-2 on the fouled away pitch. And that one will be grounded. Two-hopper right to Sam Martin at first. She'll scoop it up, step on the bag for out number 1. So it's a direct ground out to first.
It's batter, the designated player, Taylor Nelson.
That brings up Taylor Nelson. 1 for 2 with a double to deep left center and then fly out to left on an excellent catch by the junior left fielder Alexa Hamry here last time at the plate. First pitch came across as a strike to Taylor Nelson. Now the 0-1 is low for a ball, 1-1. And the 1-1 windup and delivery up high for ball 2. We'll see Allie LaFawn and Kennedy Kuntz. We'll see Allie LaFawn for sure, and if no double plays happen, we might see Kennedy Kuntz. Strike. 2-2 now. There's 1 away, no runners on. And that'll be grounded into the turf foul, and it'll remain 2-2. 1 hour and 20 minutes into the game. 25 pitches for Gabby Olick now. 20 of them have been strikes. And now Alex Hagen will walk up and have a quick conversation that ends almost as quick as it started with Gabby Olick. She'll trot back to home plate here. We'll get a new softball into the glove of Gabby Olick from the home plate umpire, and we're ready to go again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Taylor Nelson the batter, and here's the windup and the delivery of the 2-2. Nelson over the head of Kalbrenner at third, and it goes foul. So we'll do the 2-2 over once again. Once again on deck is Allie LaFawn. We'll see her for sure this inning. We'll see if we get any further into the lineup after that. 2 balls, 2 strikes, number 2. Outside, low, ball 3. Full count now on the payoff pitch. Ball 4. Nelson's on, and that brings up Ali LaFawn. And if a double play doesn't happen, we'll go back to the top of the order with Kennedy Kuntz is on deck. So the walk for Nelson puts her on first, and now it looks like we'll have probably a courtesy runner here for Taylor Nelson, and it appears to be Callie Kubis. And then, yep, it is Callie Kubis.
Now batting the second baseman, Ali LaFawn.
Ali LaFawn's 0 for 1, walked her first time at the plate, and then a fly out to right field in the most recent trip to the plate. 54 degrees. The weather app says sunny. I would disagree with that. I don't see a sun in the sky at the moment anyway. After a short pause in the action here, the umpire is ready to go. And Ali LaFawn will face pitch 29, and she'll foul that one away into the backstop for strike 1. Once again, Callie Kubis running on first for the Midgets. Ali LaFawn, the batter. Martin at first, Ochoa at second, Opheim the shortstop, Kalburner at third, Oleg pitching, and Aggie behind the plate. That pitch comes in for a strike from Oleg. 0-2 to Ali LaFawn. Hammering in left, Sanford in right, and Rader in center for the Spartans. That's 30 pitches for Oleg now. 23 of them have been strikes. And here's the 0-2. Batted out into right field, and that will drop for a single, at least a single. Advancing Kubis up to second as the throw comes in to Teo Opheim, who was covering second base there. And that'll bring up Kennedy Kuntz, who will return to the top of the order here for the Dickinson Midgets.
Now batting the catcher, Kennedy Kuntz.
Kuntz is 1 for 3. A fly out to the shortstop Opheim, then struck out swinging, and then singled out into center field, their most recent trip to the plate. And the pitch fouled into the turf, 0-1. Excellent field up here, excellent turf field. So you see more and more of those pop up around the state here, which is a good thing considering that half the spring season doesn't get played until halfway through the spring season due to winter not wanting to go away, at least in the east side of the state this year. West got a few games in, plenty of games in, before the east teams played their first game. That one's popped up, and then second baseman Ochoa will make the grab. If you look at the win-loss records for the West teams and compare them side by side with the win-loss records for the East teams, you will notice that the West has probably played, if you combined all the games, probably played about 40, 45 more games than the East has this year. Paige Balliette is the batter. Went out and talked to a parent for Dickinson, and that is how they told me to say it. So that's how we're going to go with it. Unless the parent is incorrect, you can blame it on your own fans this time instead of me. That'll be grounded. Opheim, underhand toss to second to get the force out on LaFawn, but not one in the inning. So Balliette grounds into a force out that gets LaFawn out at second, and that sends us to the 7th inning, still tied. We'll be back in a moment here on the ND Sports Channel. All right, top of the 7th. The batter is Sophie Ochoa. A double to right field, hit by a pitch, and struck out swinging in that order. This one's going to left field. That'll be a base hit, at least a single, and she will hesitate and not move to second. So it's a single to left for Ochoa. So there's a single and a double now in this contest.
Now batting the shortstop.
That brings up Taya Opine. 3 for 3, a triple and 2 doubles. It was an RBI triple. And then the double, I believe, I can't recall, I don't think anybody was on base for that double. And then the most recent double was an RBI double as well. No, check that. Looking at the scorecard, the first double was an RBI. The second double was just a solid double. And she would eventually get batted in a couple of batters later.
For Dickinson, Hope back.
So I have a new pitcher here for the Midgets now as the day for Mattea Mortensen comes to an end. 98 pitches, 71 strikes, and 27 balls. We'll take a timeout, let this new pitcher warm up, and be right back here on the ND Sports Channel. All right, welcome back. Top of the 7th. Hope Foth is the new pitcher here for the Dickinson Midgets, and the first batter she will hit is probably the most dangerous batter in the lineup for the Fargo North Spartans, and that's the senior shortstop, Taya Opine. Triple, a double, and a double in this game, and the first pitch comes low to the outside for a ball for Taya Opine. And Opine will pop that one up, foul, and out of play down the first base line over the Spartan dugout. 1-1 the count. Opine, her only 2 runs came against the Moorhead, or home runs, I should say, came against the Moorhead Spuds back in early April. Matter of fact, that was the only game the Spartans would play in early April, and then they'd have about a 2.5-week weather break before they'd play their next game in late April. That one's popped up, and head coach Scott Carter almost made the catch. And I keep saying head coach because he was the head coach last year, and for some reason, now that we're at the end of the season, I still haven't made this mental switch. He's the one of the assistants this year, as he had some commitments. That'll be popped up, and a chance here for the shortstop, Kaylee Kubis, to make the catch, and it will be. So Opine was 3 for 3. Now she's 3 for 4 on that pop out.
Next batter is the third baseman, Ava Kalbrenner.
Once again, former head coach Scott Carter had some commitments out of state that would only allow him to be here for some of the games, so they made him an assistant coach, and we'll see if he returns to that head coach position next year, possibly. Right now, Ariel Jones is the head coach. The only thing that didn't change was Tim Howes had been the assistant. So the batter is Ava Kalbrenner, and the first pitch comes in for a strike. Kalbrenner's 0 for 3, struck out swinging, struck out looking, and then a ground out to the third baseman, Taya Hopoff. That one will be fouled away, first base line. No balls, 2 strikes. And Kalbrenner that one will drop, throw to second. They got the out. Kalbrenner's on with a single. Ochoa's out at second. So it's an infield single. And Ellie Weiss is going to come in and run for Ava Kalbrenner. Ellie Weiss is a sophomore here for the Fargo North Spartans. Alex Agee, the batter. 2 for 3 with a single, a ground out, and a single. The first single went to right field, then the ground out to the shortstop, and then the second single to left field. Both of those singles resulted in RBIs, I believe.
Running on first base.
1 hour, 32 minutes into the ball game. Hope Foth has tossed 6 pitches. 5 of them have been strikes. And here's pitch number 7. Down low for a ball. And that will get by Kennedy Kuntz, and Weiss will advance to second on the pass ball. 1-0 the count to Alex Agee. We have not had a game go to extra innings yet here in the state tournament. This one might. We'll see what happens here with 2 away and a runner on second. And a 2-ball, no strike count to Alex Agee. Base hit here with 2 away for Alex Agee would be huge for the Spartans, as that really put the pressure on the Midgets. Tied at 5, 2 away, top of the 7th, swing and a miss and a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike to the batter Alex Agee, and the runner on second is the courtesy runner for Alex Agee, Ellie Weiss on second for the Spartans. 2 balls and a strike. Here's the pitch. Grounded, just gets by Foth, and it does get by Ellie LaFawn. Ellie Weiss is rounding third, and the throw to home will not be in time. And the Spartans take the lead. So Caitlin Arman will come in to run for Alex Agee on second base.
Caitlin Arman running at second base. And in first baseman, Sam Martin.
So a single plus an error on that last play, and that brings up Sam Martin. Strikeout swinging, ground out, and strikeout looking. Spartans have a 1-run lead, 6-5 with 2 away here in the top of the 7th. The Midgets will get a chance to bat and tie this thing up and or win it in the bottom of the 7th. We'll see what happens here with Sam Martin. One ball, 1 strike. Martin pops that one up and it'll drop for an infield single. Arman's gonna round third and they fire it over to first. And that was a mistake by Allie LaFawn. She should have fired it home, but I don't think she realized that the coach was sending the runner around third. Seven to 5 now, plus the throw to first was in the turf. And Martin's on with an RBI single as a result.
Running at first is Mel Olick.
So Sam Martin on with a RBI single that scores Caitlin Arman from second. And now Belle Leck will come in and run. Matter of fact, I don't have her on my roster. I need to add her from the JV team here. We'll just remember it. And that one will be rifled foul down the first base line by Greta Rader. Now let's see here. I think she's wearing jersey number 1 today, but I'm not sure. But I can tell you for sure that it's Belle Leck on first base. And it won't let me add her in. It let me add her into the lineup, but it still won't let me put her on first. So we'll just have to mentally remember that it's Belle Leck, the runner on first. One ball, 2 strikes to Greta Rader. 2 for 3, struck out swinging. Sent a single to left and a single to center. And the 1-2. Grounded towards third. To Hopper. Hop-off picks it up, fires it over to Ashworth for the ground out into the inning. So the Spartans get 2, and that means the Midgets need at least 2. Otherwise, their season will come to an end. So Raider grounds out on a 5-3. We go to the bottom of the 7th now with Fargo North leading 7-5. Fargo North through 6.5 innings of play, 7 runs on 13 hits, 1 Dickinson error and 6 left on base. Dickinson 5 runs on 9 hits, no Spartan errors and 6 left on base. Time of the game, 1 hour and 37 minutes. Back with the bottom of the 7th right after this here on the ND Sports Channel on the Magnitude Sports Multimedia Network. All right, sorry for the delay there. Brianna Ashworth, the batter. First pitch was a ball, the second pitch was a ball, and it's 2-0 now to Brianna Ashworth. The Midgets need 2 runs in this inning, otherwise their season will end. Pitch comes up high for a ball. 3-0. The winner of this game will play at 10 o'clock tomorrow against either Minot or West Fargo Cheyenne. One of the two. Those 2 teams play next. And Ashworth walks on 4 pitches. And if Fargo North does win this game, we'll be back here tomorrow morning with that broadcast. So I have a courtesy runner here for, it's Bailey Bird. I don't have information on if she's like a freshman, sophomore, junior, or senior. All I know is that her name's Bailey Bird. Taya Hopoff was intentionally walked last time she was at the plate. Swing and a miss here for strike 1. Prior to that intentional walk, she struck out. And then prior to that, she hit a 2-run homer to tie the game at 2-2 in the bottom of the first. That pitch comes inside for a ball, 1-1. If Hopoff can hit another home run here, that would tie the game up at 7. Swing and a miss, strike 2, and they're going to go after her and try and get her out. Gabby Olick has gone after some hitters and paid the price in the past, including Maddie Sweep of Central Cass, Gabby Nelson of Fargo Shanley, and a couple others. We'll see if that one hits Hopoff. It looks like they're saying Hopoff moved her knee and they're going to call her out. Gabby Olick looked at the umpire and said, hey, Hopoff moved her left knee in front. Now the Dickinson coach is coming out to get a further explanation here. She was hit by a pitch, and Hopoff moved her left knee intentionally in front of that pitch to get hit by it. So they'll go into the books as strike 3, and that will be, we'll say strikeout looking, I guess. I'm not exactly sure how to record that one, but. That brings up Matea Martinson, struck out swinging. Since then, a double to right field and a single to left field. So 1 away. Mortensen has hit some home runs on the ND Sports Channel. So has Emmy Persone. That's the next 2 batters here for Dickinson. And that will be a grounder over to Kalbrenner at third, and fires it up to second over the head of Ochoa into center field. Bailey Berg will go into third, and now she's going to round third, and they're going to send Matea Mortensen as well. And we have a tie game here at 7-7. It'll be a single for Matea Mortensen. And then both Berg will advance home on an error on the third baseman, Ava Kalbrenner. And Mortensen will come home on that same error. And that ties the game. And now Emmy Persone, who hit a home run earlier in this game, is up to bat to try and win it here. Tied at 7 in the bottom of the 7th. Dickinson gets one more run, the game is over, and Fargo North's season will come to an end. Once again, we've not had a game in the state tournament yet that has gone to extra innings. There's 1 away here in this bottom of the 7th, and the Spartans are huddling up right now in the circle here to talk about how they're gonna try and get out of this inning without allowing that winning run to come across the plate. State B baseball score is in. North Star defeats Mulhall, Lansford, Sherwood, Glenburn by the score of 12-4. 7-7, bottom of the 7th. First pitch to Persone inside for a ball, 1-0. Persone 1 for 3. Ground out on a 1-3. A home run to left center. And a pop out to the catcher, Alex Agee, which she actually popped that one out into a double play. As Agee made a knee sliding grab and threw it up to Martin at first to get Mortensen out. That one's fouled away towards the midget dugout for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. Time of the game so far, 1 hour and 45 minutes. Bullock will wind up and deliver the 2-1. Mortensen pops that one up foul over into the other field. And that's 50 pitches for Olick now. 36 strikes and 14 balls. 2-2 the count to Emmy Persone, the junior. Outside ball 3. And the payoff, grounded foul, and it'll be one more payoff pitch coming up here, at least. Ball, fouled away, ball, fouled away, in that order. On 6 pitches so far, pitch 7 coming up here from Gabby Olick. Payoff pitch number 2, down the middle, grounded foul. It's almost an identical replay of the last pitch. Tied at 7 in the bottom of the 7th. Both teams have scored 2 runs in the 7th inning so far. It was tied at 5 entering the 7th. Ball 4. Persone walks, and that brings up Reese Hauk. So the winning run is on first. Both teams have 1 error. And it's those errors that have allowed all of the runs here in the 7th inning for both teams. Seven runs, 1 error, 6 left on base for each of the teams. Fargo North has 13 hits compared to Dickinson's 10. Otherwise, the numbers are identical. And the 0-1 popped up, straight up. It could be a chance for Opheim, and Opheim collides with Sophie Ochoa, and they got her out at second. Emmy Person was tagged out after the drop ball by Opheim as she collided with Ochoa.
Good play, Sol. Good play, Sol. Good job, good job. Same spot you were. Go, Teeth.
Head coach Ariel Jones coming out to talk with her players right about where the collision happened. Actually, it was Sam Martin who collided with Opheim and not Ochoa. All right, so Person's out at second. Reese Hauk reaches on an error. And we'll charge that error to the second baseman, or check that, we'll charge that error to the first baseman.
Now batting the designated player, Taylor Nelson.
Taylor Nelson's the batter now. So once again, Reese Hauk the run on first. There's now 2 away as Sophie Ochoa will get the tag out at second. Hauk reached on the error on the collision. That one's hit foul over the third base line. Nelson 1 for 2, a double to deep left center, first time at the plate. Since then, a fly out to right and a walk. 1 ball, 1 strike on the fouled away pitch. 2 away, runner on first is the game-winning run. That comes in as a strike, and Gabby Olick gets a strike away from sending this to the 8th inning. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on first is Reese Hauk. The batter is Taylor Nelson. 1 for 2, a double, fly out, and a walk. And the 1-2 pitch is going to be hit up into left field. Running for it is Alexa Hamry. She cannot make the job. Rounding third is Reese Hauk, and no, they're going to put on the brakes and send Hauk back to third. The coach for Dickinson was waving her arm to send Hauk around third, but then she changed her mind and told Hauk to go back. So Nelson's on with another error. This one will be charged to the left fielder.
Now batting the second baseman, Allie Lafond.
So Allie Lafond with runners on second and third, and a base hit will do it. 1 hour, 50 minutes, time of the game so far. 1 ball, no strikes. That one will come inside for ball 2. Ali Lafond, the junior, 1 for 2, a walk, a fly out, and a single. That pitch comes up high for ball 3, and Gabby Olick has to be careful here. She's a pitch away from loading the bases for the top of the lineup, Kennedy Kuntz, who is on deck right now if she needs to come up to the plate. Olick took off her visor, handed it to umpire Ryan Gellner, who ran it over to head coach Ariel Jones. So now Olick's going to pitch without the visor here. 3 balls and no strikes. There's a strike. Maybe she needed to take off the visor 4 pitches ago. I don't know, but and the 3-1. Ball 4, Ali Lafond's on first. That brings up the top of the order. Kennedy Kuntz with the bases loaded. 1 for 4, a fly out to Taya Opheim at short. Then she struck out swinging. Then she singled to center field, and then a fly out to the second baseman. Oh no, that would be Taya Opheim, who came over from the shortstop position to make the catch. Nope. Yeah, we'll go with that. I'll double check the scorebook here. It was either Opheim or Ochoa who made the catch on that most recent fly at pop out by Kennedy Kuntz. So Kuntz is a single, and that happened on her 3rd at bat. This is her 5th at bat. That's a 2-hopper. That should be runner interference in and out. Taylor Nelson run into Taya Opheim as Opheim was in position to scoop up the hit there by Kennedy Kuntz, and that'll be runner interference, and that will strand the bases loaded on the out, Taylor Nelson there. So we'll go to the 8th, the top of the 8th, extra innings here in the state tournament semi-consolation. Loser is done for the season. Knotted up at 7. Dickinson had a chance. We'll see if they get another chance or if that was a lucky break for Fargo North. We'll get the end of that story when we come back after this on the ND Sports Channel. All right, top of the 8th, tied at 7. Spartans up to bat. Sophie Cody sent the Spartans to the state tournament. And that'll be a line drive flyout to Callie Kubis at shortstop.
Next batter, the pitcher, Gabby Orlick.
Now bring up Gabby Olick now. First pitch comes across for a ball, I think. Yep, 1-0. Olick 0 for 3. Struck out swinging, line drive, and a ground out. I'll be popped up and fouled away out of play. That pitch will not count as time was called prior to the pitch being thrown. Matea Mortensen comes back into the circle here after being taken out a couple innings ago. One ball, one strike. That last pitch by Mortensen was pitch 100. 73 strikes and 27 balls. And the 1-2. Olick fouls it towards the midget dugout. And Olick will ground it foul down the third base line once again. Last three pitches in a row have been grounded foul. First two towards the midget dugout. The most recent one directly down the third base line towards Taya Hopoff. The pitch will just miss to the low outside of the plate for another ball. That makes it 2-2 now. And the 2-2 from Mortensen popped up. Going back over Kubis and into center field, and making the grab is Reese Hauk, the freshman. Nice play there by Hauk as she called off the junior Person. and made the grab. Person out in center field. In case you're just joining us, you've missed a good one here. At least the first part of it. If you're just joining us, you're joining us in a good one. It was tied 2-2 at the end of the first. Dickinson had a 5-3 lead at the end of the third. Fargo tied it up at 5 in the fifth. Neither team scored in the sixth, and both teams scored 2 in the seventh. Fargo North getting out of a bases-loaded jam on runner interference for the third out. Both teams with 7 runs, 13 hits for Fargo North, 10 for Dickinson, 3 errors for Fargo North, 1 error for Dickinson, 6 left on base for the Spartans, 8 left on base for the Midgets. Time of the game, 1 hour, 57 minutes so far. 2 balls, no strikes to the batter, Alexa Hamry, who's 1 for 4. And she fouls that one into the ground and into the backstop for 1 strike. She's 1 for 4 with a ground out, a strikeout looking, a bunt single, and a ground out. The bunt, she dropped it right in front of home plate. Run out the first. That'll be a grounder over towards Hopoff. She'll fire it over to Ashworth for the out. That'll end the inning. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th, still tied at 7. Dickinson up the bat. 1 run wins it for the Midgets. We'll see if they can get that 1 run when we return after this here on the ND Sports Channel. All right, Paige Balliet will lead things off here for the Midgets in the bottom of the 8th, tied up at 7. Strikeout swinging and grounded out on a fielder's choice on the 3rd out of the inning, her last time at the plate. Midgets loaded the bases in the bottom of the 7th. They weren't able to bring a run in. This will be a 2-hopper to Kalbrenner. She struggles with it, and it's another error, and Paige Balliet will reach base on the error on Kalbrenner at 3rd. Those errors have been costly. Matter of fact, if they wouldn't have had those, even just one of the 2 errors in the bottom of the 7th, the Spartans would be playing at 10 o'clock tomorrow. But the errors have allowed Dickinson to hang around. Now be bunted down the 3rd baseline. Olick picks it up, fires it over in time. Did she get it there? She did. Sam Martin will make the grab and get out Brianna Ashworth. That advances Paige Balliet into scoring position with 1 out. Balliet is up on 2nd now as Ashworth grounds out on the 5-3. And we'll see. She was intentionally walked 2 at-bats ago. She had a home run to tie the game at the bottom of the 1st. The other 2 plate appearances, she struck out looking. Well, the most recent one, she struck out on when she moved her knee intentionally in front of the pitch to get hit by it. 0-1 the count now to Taya Hopoff. Gabiola will send, and Hopoff will pop that one up. Opine makes the grab, collides with Ochoa, but hangs on to the ball, and that's 2 away. And Paige Ballier holds up at second as Hopoff pops up. We've reached the 2-hour and 2-minute mark of the ball game. We're tied at 7 in the bottom of the 8th. Pitch comes low into the dirt. Good job by Agee to keep it in front of her to make sure that Ballier did not move over to third. Matea Mortensen's 3 for 4. Struck out swinging, a double, a single, and a single. And the 1-0. Hit up high, left field, it's gonna stay in. Coming in is Alexa Hamry, and she makes the grab, and that ends the inning, and we'll go to the top of the 9th. It's not a Major League Baseball game, friends. This is high school softball at the state tournament, tied at 7, going to the top of the 9th. Back after this on the Handy Sports Channel. Welcome back. Bon Jovi, Living on a Prayer, playing in the background. The crowd singing along. We're halfway there, and I just hope that that doesn't mean we're only halfway through this game, because we are tied at 7 in the top of the 9th. I believe in the 10th or 11th inning, they'll go to international tiebreaker rules where each team will start the inning with a runner on second. But I'm not sure. I've only called one game that's gone into that type of situation. But we'll see if Sophie Ochoa can maybe get a hit. And no, it'll be a 1-3 ground out. Mortensen to Ashworth for the first out of the inning. Prior to that, she was 2 for 3 with a double, hit by a pitch, strikeout swinging, and a single. And we'll see how they pitch to Opime, as Opime could be the batter you may want to consider in walking intentionally here. That one will go into the dirt for a ball. Opime with a triple, a double, and a flyout. She's 3 for 4 in this contest. 1-0. Inside edge for a strike, 1-1. No runners on, 2 hours, 5 minutes, time of the game so far. 111 pitches from Mortensen, 80 of them have been strikes. And that'll be fouled down the third base line by Opime, the senior shortstop for the Fargo North Spartans. She'll be going to college, I believe, at Iowa Central, if I remember correctly. Class B softball final, Bishop Ryan defeats Velva Drake Animus with a score of 7-5. That state tournament being played in Fargo at Thoroldson Field. That's another turf field up in Fargo. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Opime swing and a miss, and Opime goes down swinging. That pitch floated to the outside. Opime chased it and paid the price. Now bring up Ava Kalbrenner. Strikeout swinging, strikeout looking, a ground out to third, and in the most recent time she was up, she would single. And then reach second on an error, I believe, if memory serves me correctly. And that one's going to be fouled into the cage for a strike, 0-1. The longest game that I've called this year was 2 hours and 35 minutes. This one's at 2 hours and 7. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the 1-1. Now be fouled down the first base line, 1-2. Well, we're not the only one in extra innings. Across town here, Fargo North and Williston are going to the top of the 8th, tied at 1 in the state baseball tournament. The 1-2, that'll be grounded towards the shortstop, picked up by Kubis, fired over to first, in time, that ends the inning. It's a 6-3 ground out to the shortstop for Kalbrenner, and we'll go to the bottom of the 9th. Emmy Person, she hit a home run earlier in this game. Can she end it on a walk-off? We'll find out when we return after this on the ND Sports Channel. All right, welcome back. The bottom of the 9th, and it's Emmy Person. She grounded out on her first at bat, hit a home run over the left field fence her second at bat. Now she's showing bunt, and that one hit her, I believe, in the left ankle. So she'll reach via hit by a pitch. She also had a fly out and a walk, and now a hit by a pitch added on to that.
Now batting the left fielder,
Reese Hauk 0 for 4. Ground out, strikeout looking, ground out, and reach base on an error. First ground out was to the shortstop, Teo Opheim. Second ground out was a direct ground out to first to Sam Martin. 2 hours and 10 minutes time of the game. Showing bunt, pulls the bunt back. Runner takes off for second, and the ball goes into center field. And she's going to take off for third. Here comes the throw. It's going to be close. Did they get her? No, she's safe. She gets to second on the stolen base and advances to third on a throwing error. No outs. And Emmy Person is on third with Reese Hauk, and a base hit will end this. Spartans in big trouble here right now. One ball, no strike. Hauk grounds it into left field. That will win the game. Scoring Emmy Person, and the Dickinson Midgets will play either the Minot High Midgets or the Cheyenne Mustangs at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning in the Consolation Championship. The Dickinson Midgets win it on an RBI single by Reese Hauk that scores Emmy Person 8-7, and the Fargo North season comes to a conclusion. Fargo North will end their season. We'll get to that one in a moment. Dickinson improves to 26-10 going into the Consolation Championship. Fargo North will have their season come to an end with an overall record of 13 wins, 17 losses. They were 4-6 in their last 10 games of the season. 6-6 on the road, 6-7 playing at home this year. The rest of the games are on a neutral field. They were 8-6 against EDC opponents, and that would wrap up all those stats there. So taking a look at the numbers here for this particular game. Two hours and 12 minutes, time of the game. Fargo North got on the board first, leading 2-0. Dickinson to respond and tie it on a 2-run homer by Taya Hopoff over the right field fence. It would remain 2-2 as neither team would score in the second. We'd head to the third, tied at 2, where Fargo North would get a 3-2 lead on a run in the top of the third, but Dickinson would respond with 3 runs of their own in the bottom of the third to take a 5-2 lead heading into the fourth inning where neither team would score. It remained 5-2 going into the fifth. Fargo North would take a 7-5 lead, scoring 2 runs and holding Dickinson scoreless in the bottom half of the fifth. Then again, neither team would score in the sixth. Fargo North scores 2 in the top of the seventh. Dickinson nearly won it in the bottom of the seventh, but they had runner interference when the bases were loaded for the third out of the inning, so they would score 2 in the bottom of the seventh to tie it at 9. We'd go to the eighth. Neither team would score in the eighth. Fargo North would not score in the top of the ninth, and Dickinson would get the run on the RBI single that scored Emmy Person, who hit the home run earlier in the game from third to win it by the final score of 8-7. Dickinson 8 runs on 11 hits and a total of 5 Fargo North Spartan errors. They left 10 on base in the game. Fargo North 7 runs on 13 hits, 1 Dickinson midget error, and 6 left on base. That's your final score. Time of the game, once again, 2 hours and 12 minutes, and Fargo North's season comes to an end with an all-ball record of 13 wins and 17 losses. Congratulations to the Dickinson Midgets, and good luck in the Consolation Championship game tomorrow against either Minot or West Fargo Cheyenne. That game's scheduled for 1 o'clock. It's going to be pushed to about 1:40 now, and the winner of that game will play Dickinson for the Consolation Championship tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. here in Minot. Thanks so much for listening. That'll wrap it up for this game. We'll talk to you later here on the ND Sports Channel.